The Neglected History. By Henry Lawson. Henry Lawson. Henry Archibald Hertzberg Lawson, an Australian writer and bush poet, was born on June 17, 1867 in New South Wales, Australia. Attended school in Urundari and Catholic school at Mudgee. First published poem was A Song of the Republic, which appeared in the Bulletin in 1887. He is often called as Australia's greatest short story writer. Died on September 2, 1992, and was the first Australian writer to be granted a state funeral. The Neglected History. Published in The Republican in 1887. Indicates the lost history of Australia. Criticises the curriculum, which is based on the colonists. Indicates the need to study the past of the nation and make the nation to be proud and powerful. Summary. Lawson starts the essay by stating that the Centennial celebrations in Sydney is not fully useless. It is celebrated to remember the complete history of the nation for the past 100 years. He blames the youngsters and the Australians for not being aware of the history of Australia. He says that Australia is a nation which is free from the colonists, and the children must be educated to know their own nation. The children attending the schools throughout the colonies are not acquainted with the historical fact of Australia. They are taught of the meanest state in Europe and not about their own nation and its glory. They may be aware of Captain Cook, who sailed to Botany Bay. The children are unaware of the men who fought for freedom. Those who study the history of Europe are not learning anything about their native land. They can narrate the names of English sovereigns from the Conqueror to Victoria and the date of their ascension. They can even give the data regarding the reign and also the geographical information of the colonists. They are familiar with the towns of England such as Kent, Surrey, Sussex, Berkshire, Hampshire, Wiltshire, etc. If any such child is asked about the details regarding Australia, they cannot answer. The writer states certain examples, such as what town in Australia was formerly called Bendigo, where was Port Phillip settlement, the Black War in Tasmania and fight of Vinegar Hill. No children can give details regarding this, and they feel that they are being ridiculed. As nothing is taught in school, they come with certain assumptions and associates with what they gather from casual talks and from newspapers. He questions whether the students must be taught of colonials and not the Australians, and is it fair to leave the bright spots of Australia unremembered. He insists that the loyal spirit should be instilled into the minds of the rising generation to have attachment to their motherland. This will make them to realize how the motherland has cradled and nursed the nation they belong to. This will develop a measure of gratitude and respect to their own nation and boast the Australian aristocracy. When they realize the real efforts for liberty and the struggle of Lang and the freedom fighters, they will develop a spirit of Australian groveldom. They will have low admiration for the 30 Digger patriots who died in Eureka Stockade in 1854. They will also learn to love the blue flag with the white cross, their own flag, which rose high as a brightest spot. They will give preference for the national and patriotic song instead of singing God Save Our Gracious Queen. He concludes the essay by saying that if the school children are taught about the truth of the nation, soon the nation will acquire a proudest place in the world. For more videos, like, share, subscribe. Thank you.